Thank you all for being here again, and please join me in welcoming Anne Marie.
Thank you, Sarah, and thank you, Risk Art Initiative, to allow me to to introduce myself to the public and show my work in such a beautiful place. And yes, for those who don't know me, I am Anne Marie Lacroix fille. I'm French born in Laos, from Franco-Lao father and Vietnamese mom. I grew up in Laos for 5 years, and then we moved to France because of political issues. So we stayed there because it was not possible to come back to the country during 20 years almost. So I grew up in different parts of France, but mostly in the south of France, in Montpellier, where I studied and where my grandfather, French grandfather, came from. So that's why we got established there. So that's for the very beginning of the story. I never had an approach to art through my family, except from my brother, but I wasn't so close to him at that age when he started to study art himself. I started to get into art through maybe through my uncle, my father's brother-in-law, who took me at a young age to see some exhibitions or to meet some artists on the port of Béziers in the south of France. Things like that. Very few art. I mean, we didn't go to museums or to exhibitions with my parents or my family. I started when I was in university to be more interested into art and do some practice myself, drawing mostly, portraits. I don't know why, but I guess it's because I was very attracted to people. I wanted to know them through their culture, through their personality, of course, and learned a lot about people. So knowing their character through the emotions of a drawing, of an artistic representation helped me go through this. So that's how I started. I mean, from very young to draw, but that was about it. Concerning clay, it took me a lot of time to get there because I tried a lot of stuff before. I studied English, nothing to do with art. But then after my studies, I worked in a company that was named Thermal Ceramics. I was thinking it was ceramic, of course, but it was only panels of insulation for buildings made of sand, expanded sand, whatever. Anyways, so I was surprised, not surprised. It was okay for me to deal with this, but then I said, yeah, now that I can be more free to explore because I was living in Paris, going to a lot of exhibitions, museums, and stuff. I should do some practice. I was drawing a lot, painting sometimes, and sewing and doing mosaics by myself, but not clay still, until we traveled with my husband. He works for embassies, so we are traveling every 4 years. We're moving from a country to another, so that helped me. That led me the chance to start an art practice. But we have 3 kids. It's not a but I mean, we have 3 kids. So it took me a while to get really into it. I did some mosaics when I was in Vietnam, some paintings, oil paintings. What else? Sewing, a lot of sewing. So the material, it connected me also to um, my grandmother, who was a weaver. So I love fabric and threads and whatever I can do with this. So I tried a lot of things. And then we moved to Peru, where colors are and culture was so amazing, so new to me. I took a lot of workshops, just trying materials, but still not clay, but helping some artisans like to maybe find a European publics. I was doing markets for them, organizing markets for them, but the products were not aiming a foreign market. So that's what I did. I helped them. Correcting is not the right word, but I helped them choosing colors, forms that would please the European market. That also taught me a lot, by watching art through their eyes also, and their culture, of course. So this, I learned a lot. I learned a lot watching clay, watching art pieces in museums, and of course, all this was printed in my memory, sort of, until we went to Ecuador. That was after we came back to France, and then we went to Ecuador for 4 years again. That was very difficult time for me. There was a loss in my family, so I needed to get connected to clay, I guess, to comfort myself through an art practice, or just touching the soil, the clay. And I found a family who were artists there, Juana and Marco. They are both ceramicists and really masters. They have two daughters that are also ceramicists, and they introduced me to their world. I mean, they accepted me in their world because I was not supposed to work with clay because I didn't know anything about it. I just went there, asked them to accept me around them when they work, so I can watch and maybe try to do some clay. And that's how it started. I touched clay, and since then I could not stop. So I did some platters, I did some pots. It didn't run very nice. It came out all distorted, and they told me not to give up, but asked me what I wanted to do. So I said I want to give life to clay. I want to see people. I was, I guess, thinking about my drawings, and I wanted to, yeah, I wanted to give life to clay because that was my way of connecting to those who were not here, I guess. Touching clay was just a therapy for me, and it helped me so much. So I started to make faces, and I came to see them with a small face I made with just a bowl of clay and a toothpick I had at home. And I came back with a small head like this, and I said, I want to do this. I want to do this. And they said, oh, okay, it's not this one, of course. But I said, oh, you're good at doing faces. You should start doing your own stuff. Don't do plates anymore. And they gave me a big bag of clay, and that's how I started to make sculptures. I came back without sleeping three days, 3 nights in a row. Uh, I came back with a huge statue like this, a buste, because I was measuring my ears. I never touched clay before, so I had to have a reference. So I touched my own face, my own lips, and reproduced them, tried to reproduce them on clay. And I came back with that other me, sort of, and showed it to them. And they said, "Where's the mold?" There's no mold. There's just there's just her and me. And then they gave me another bag of clay, and that's how it started. And yeah, since then, let me show you here my studio. So here you have an idea. I don't know if you see it. Uh, this is where I work every day. Up, let's start here. So yeah, that's my guest room. That is not anymore a guest room. It's my studio at home, and I clean it up a little bit for you today, but normally it's really messy. And I work here on pieces that are more, let's say, emotional for me, because I usually go to make Abu Dhabi, that is 20 minutes from here, but I don't have that view. I have that view that helps me a lot. Uh, Connecting to nature, right? So I love it here. So I can be able to connect also to the people I love. And here this is a couple of friends. It's me and my friend, a friend of mine who just passed away. She's Lao, and this is why we are having a Lao outfit. We're talking to each other, and we have that how do you call this? A scarf, a Lao scarf with flowers in our bun here. This is, I can show you what the print is. The print is this part of the skirt we have. It's the bottom part of our traditional skirt. And I use this that my dad brought me back from Laos. A lot of pieces he brought me back so I can sew them on my own creations, but I use them now on clay. I imprint the patterns on clay and talk about our culture and how I was close to that friend here with these two statues. They're talking, they're hugging, they're sharing, and yeah, that's what it is. Uh, all my all my work are talking about the woman community. I'm myself am from a large community of women in my family. My mom, my 5 sisters, and my 3 daughters. We are very close to each other. We share a lot. These are my 3 daughters, and this is my mom. Um, they share a lot. They can talk. They can chat. They can turn back to each other also if they don't agree. But these are pieces I always take around with me. These 4 pieces. What else can I say? These pieces here are. This one is called Les Inséparables. Like you cannot separate them. I did that in 2022, and I don't know if you know what I'm referring to here, but I didn't know at that time. Um, I did that in France because I knew I was going to leave for the Emirates. But I didn't really want to come because I was um, too close to my sisters and I didn't want to leave. So I made these 2 statues. The 2 heads are sharing their hair. They connect to each other, telling stories, sharing their wisdom, sharing, because this is also referring to my culture, to Laos, because on Buddha's head you have a flame of wisdom, It's his hair, it's his bun. And I'm using this reference to create my connection to other women, because women are very important in my life, not only because of my family, but also because I'm traveling every 4 years in a new country. I have to connect to a new community, uh, and it goes a lot through a group of women, because of course my husband works, and I'm more into connections with the women who have also followed their husbands and family. So yeah, it's a big community of women. There's a bigger community of women around me. So we all have our ups and downs, of course, especially at my age now. The kids have left the nest, so we have our doubts and our fears, and um, I guess we help each other a lot by being together. So we share our stories, even if we don't know each other for a long time. And this is what my art is made of these encounters. My relation to all these women I have met in Vietnam, in Peru, in Ecuador, in China. We spent also 4 years in China, and now here, and even in France. I mean, it's an expatriation for me also when I go to France, because we just spend a few years and then we leave again. So all this gave me a lot of opportunities to connect to people who are so different from me, from different cultures also, and I represent that through fabric. I love fabric because it tells a lot about us. For example, these patterns you see here are from a region of Laos, and you can tell where they are from, if they're from the north or from the south. Um, like these are more southern, no, sorry, these are more northern people who wear that. And if you see these patterns of clothes, for example, I have a whole outfit here. This is more from the north. Yeah. Um, Here also, the outfit tells a lot. I mean, the fabric, the outfit women wear. You can tell from what region they are and what it tells also in their history, if they are mixed with other cultures. I mean, Indian or Filipinos or whatever. You can tell by what they wear, where they are from, right? And um, another pattern I use a lot is made of these crochet or laces I have from France. I collected um, all these crochet pieces that are for me real artworks, because women took so much time, and they have so incredible techniques to make out all this stuff that are not used anymore. People keep that in a cupboard, and they get yellowish, and I received them as a from my mother-in-law. She was going to throw them away, and she said, "Oh, I know you love this, everything that is made by hand, and these were made by my grandmother, and they're so beautiful. I cannot throw them away. So maybe you want to use them." It took me maybe 3, 4 years before I dared using them, because I didn't want to ruin them. But then I said, instead of having them getting yellow and maybe eaten by some bugs in my studio, I should use them and imprint them. That's what I did here. I used them on these objects that I can make sing. I call them gris-gris. These are charms I made for my dad when he passed away 4 years ago. He used to eat a lot of sugar. He was diabetic, and I wanted to connect with him. So I wanted to do something I could use to call him, and something he liked to eat was this. So I was thinking when I did this, I remember I was in my studio. He helped me buying my first kiln, so it was very important for me for him to be there when I was going to use it for the first time. So I did this thinking about the experience I had in Ecuador and Peru when we went to see some communities in the jungle. They were calling their ancestors, the spirits of the jungle, to come and help them because they could not decide some stuff. Um, and they had that object made of it's a small gourd, like a dried fruit with seeds inside. They would shake and call the spirits like this and sing, and that was imprinted in me. It was so strong, so powerful, that I said, so if it works with spirits in in the jungle, it should work with Daddy. So I did that for myself, and then my sisters loved it. My daughters did too. So I made for them also. And then people came to the studio and they said, "Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, I want to connect to my aunt. I want to connect to my to my sister who passed away." And so I started to do that for people to comfort them, and I started to produce a lot of this to actually accompany a lot of people who I guess need to connect with the invisible, and yeah, it really pushes me to go a little bit out of my own history to connect with other people and make them feel what I feel inside. So that was, I think I never started clay or art just because I was thinking one day I can show my work and sell my work or anything. I just did because I needed to work with clay. That's it. Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. But no. That's one thing. There's one thing I want to show you also. It's this object. I'm sure you don't know what it is, Sarah.
Uh, is it?
Do you? Do you know what it is?
No.
So this is called couronne de mariée. Couronne is crown in French
Crown. Okay.
for the bride, because the
Mm,
bride used to have a small crown made uh, of what do you call that? Wax flowers,
mm,
white flowers, made of wax or made of fabric. This was made actually in the region where I lived in France. But there was I was not connected to this. I was just looking I was doing an exhibition in France for the patrimoine, what you
mm.
call patrimoine, yeah,
Uh,
Patrimoine Day, and they wanted me to show my work, but I thought it was too Asian. I was coming back from China. It was too Asian to be in a Patrimony Day in France, so I needed to connect uh, to my French roots.
yeah.
So I went back in my grandfather's history when he left France in the beginning of the 20th century, what was done in art and stuff, and what would connect me to him through our culture and our history, family history. And this is family history because this normally is under a glass dome. It is stuck there with, here you can see the pins holes. It was
Mm,
a very nice red velvet. and you would keep all the memory of the family there. Uh, the bride and her new husband would receive this as a gift. It's made of gold leaves on laiton. I don't know how you say that. Laiton. It's a type of a metal.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
and so they like people who would do jewelries would do this, and they put gold on some patterns that are referring to here it's grape for abundance, and also you see here a the bird of colombe. Colombe, how do you call that? For the
Um,
peace.
Cologne?
Colombe, yes, in English. What is it? For, you know the one that brings the
It's Dove.
a dove. Thank
A
you.
Dove. Okay.
So this is the dove for the peace in the couple, in the family. This is for abundance. So to give um, to bring a lot of things to the family um, to be able to grow as rich as possible, let's say. This one is really beautiful also. These are antiques and you don't find them anymore. It's not a practice we have anymore in France. It stopped. It started at the end of 19th century and it stopped in 1930 something
Mm.
after the economic crisis. So this is, for example, a flower called pensée. Pensée is when you think about someone, it's a thought. So this is for thoughts you have about your lover, of course. And these are mirrors to give you the idea of how many kids they wanted in their couple. So and this is the mirror of the soul. So all these pieces of antiques that are related to my the to the time where my grandfather went to Laos. I wanted to connect to this so that my art could express my belonging to France, because of course you don't see it.
Yeah.
You might hear it when I speak French, of course, because for Asian people I'm very French. But for French people, I don't look French. But then I needed to belong to a French culture through my art, but also sharing all these was also very interesting, even for me to get into my culture, because in a way I was just growing in France and then worked a few years, and then we left for other countries for 20 years. So I didn't. It's not that I didn't feel French, but I wasn't looking into French art and culture that way before I became, I think, myself an artist. I considered myself an artist. I wanted to belong to this also.
Mm.
So yeah, it took me a while, but yeah, that's about it.
Oh, thank you so much, Anne Marie, for sharing, getting to know a bit more of your background and why you got into ceramics and
Mhm.
how you are blending your two heritage and
Mhm.
showcasing that also within your works.
Mhm.
We are open to questions. I have a question I would
Yeah.
ask. Um, so at this point in your practice, what kind of ideas or directions are you trying to explore next, or like something that feels exciting for you to move towards?
Well, I am, as you can see with the view we have here, I needed to be connected to nature. When I explore what I have around me here by going snorkeling, for example, I love to collect. Collecting, yeah, this is the word we make. I'm collecting a lot. I collect a lot of corals like this
Mm-hmm.
or shells, dead ones, of course, because all these are from the seashore. I have a bunch of them. This is just a few. And I do want to express the fact that I'm living in a space where I need to adapt every time we move.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's part of me. I cannot help it. It's part of my life. I've been like this actually since my childhood. I
Yeah.
left when I was 5, and then we moved every year until we went to the south of France where I lived 9 years, and that's it. And again, I moved. So every time I need to connect with new people, new
Mm-hmm.
cultures, new people. Adapting is also sometimes conflictual because you have to do it quick because it's only a few years you're living here. So maybe it's very interesting. Of course, it
Yeah.
is very interesting to meet new people and learn a lot with new cultures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it can be difficult, and
Yeah.
sometimes it is for me like this. These are corals I make.
And
uh
these are the
I
latest works you've been doing?
Yes, yes. I've been doing this with this is one that is not fired yet. You see the plain color, it will be whitish like this. But then I will glaze them and give them these colors or not, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
I do keep them just with black and white clay or here. So everything
Yeah.
is made by hand, one by one, cherished, I should say, because I'm thinking about people, how we need to leave the space to each other to be beautiful again, because this is it. I want this to be beautiful because it made me so sad to see these dead corals that we find everywhere now, here and in other places also. It's not only in the UAE, but here I go a lot on the seashore, and I see these dead corals due to construction, of course, due to um, the weather. I mean, the oceans are going hot, more and more hot. The water
Yeah.
gets is killing everything under there. There's a real world there. Also, they also are fighting to survive, and I wanted to imprint their beauty because it is beautiful. There's a whole structure. There's a whole
Yeah.
world in this, and I wanted to keep this alive my way, like giving it colors and beauty again, and show how if we try to accept the others the way they are, and try to live together
Mm-hmm.
next to each other, even if it is really difficult, we can make it, right? We can make it, and we can have such a beautiful space for each other. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to express now in my new pieces. Hey, hi, how are you, Mina?
Hi, hi, hi. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it was nice to hear your, Anne Marie, it was so nice to hear your journey, and also to see how every place that you have visited has influenced you and where it all started. I
Yeah,
wanted to ask you two things, like because you move from one place to another, like you said, every 4 years. Like now, when you go away from UAE, what would be that you will carry with you in terms of your ideas, thoughts as an artist? How would you reflect back on it? And secondly, what would be your advice to people who work in ceramics? Like when, I mean, like to young people who want to join or who want to play around or work with ceramics. Because one of the things that each time I walked in the gallery and I saw your work, it was so exquisite. It was fragile. It was, it had those, like, even when you're talking about relationships and when you're placing them together, that whole thing comes through your work. And the material itself, it seems as if the wet material, you can talk to the material, tell it to behave properly. I'm telling you, just be like this. But as we all know, clay is not something that you can play around and cannot take it for granted. You really have to work with it. So these were my two questions for you. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. First, yes, I would tell anyone who wants to try clay to try, but be careful. You will get addicted. That happened to me. It happened to everyone I have met in the studio. When they start, it's something so humble that it teaches you to be humble. Because of course, I had some accidents also at the beginning because I didn't know how it would react. Just be humble and try to learn by yourself. I learned by myself. I never took classes. I went to that workshop and they said, we don't have time for you. You can sit here and do. And when we see you doing stupid thing, we will tell you. So like making holes to make some holes to let the piece breathe and not explode in the kiln, things like that. Some very important things, but they have let me grow on my own, let's say, just telling me, hey, you can use this and that book. Why don't you look at that author or that artist? Like, oh, so something I forgot to show that is really, really nice. For example, you asked me, I'm jumping to the other question already, I'm sorry. This is Islamic patterns to reproduce. I think they are beautiful, the Musharabir here, because of the light letting show also. And we have this also, the Musharabir in our culture in Asia, Southeast Asia. And when you see this, that is so close to this. So you see, everything is related to me. And before I bought this book, I had this, and when I open it and I see this, this is all related. So I see the beauty of the buildings here, of the sand, of the color of the sand, of the movements of the palm trees leaves. All this I will keep in mind, of course, when I leave, and I would probably repeat it on my work. But mostly, it is so rich here in terms of cohabitation. Do you say that? No, maybe not. Like living together, a large community. Every culture is represented here, and this is so rich. I mean, you can switch to talking with an Indian person, and then about what they're living in their life, in their country, and then you turn and you talk to a Filipino guy. This is what is happening in the studio where I work in Make. And I love it. I love it. I love to learn about them. I love to learn about the way they would work also on clay, because it's so different from one country to another. And I will take all this with me, of course. And it's never coming out on my work. It takes me time to digest. I want it to be part of me, so it takes me time. Like I started to do the guardians that look very Asian, very Chinese, with Chinese patterns when I was in France, after I left China. When I was in China, I didn't dare, like, I'm not Chinese. I don't want to repeat something that is not mine. But actually, when I left, I missed it so much that I wanted it to be part of me. So I repeat. This is what actually is repeated in all my pieces, because you see the guardians have that shape of mountain, that like Pachamama, those mountains represented in South America. So it's very Latin, and even the coats they are using are very Latin. But then you have the Asian scarf that are represented with patterns and stuff. So here I have these patterns, for example, that are Syrian. This is a Syrian belt I put on this piece. I have the musharabir. I don't know the names of this. I'm sorry. I'm very bad with Arabic words. Do you know what that is? This is what
Yeah. The
I,
jalebi,
I I'm
they
sorry.
put as
Yeah,
embroidery.
the embroideries they used on their dresses here. So all this I will bring with me things that I can imprint, and also the moments I spend with some ladies, because at the studio I was able to be in touch with Emirati ladies, and I've learned a lot about their culture, just talking about everyday life. And this is memories, a lot of memories. I will that will come up some other day in the future. Because for now, I like to live the moment. So then this is kept apart, and it will come back. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Anne Marie. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
for
Thank you.
such a lovely talk, a conversation, getting to know a bit more about you. And
Thank
thank you
you.
so much for taking the time to be here. And thank you to
Uh,
everyone who's joined.
yeah. Oh well, I can then post it, and I'm sure people will be very happy to
Yes,
share this moment also.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
giving
so
us
much.
that
Thank you,
opportunity.
everyone.